Hey guys, what's happening? So today we're going to go back into the Handbook for Higher Consciousness and the 12 Pathways. I'll show you where I'm at though real quick. Not too bad of a view, right? It's a pretty cool place. Okay, so we're getting into, we were in Freeing Myself, the first three, and then now we're getting into Be Here Now. So the fourth pathway, figure out where the camera is here. Okay, the fourth pathway is, I always remember that I have everything I need to enjoy the here and now, unless I am letting my consciousness be dominated by demands and expectations based on the dead past or the imagined future. This is a big one, man. So check this out. Metaphysically, there is no such thing as need. I need this, I need that. This is like a mind trip. So since the future is imagined and the past is like just a part of memory, which also makes time, which also builds personality, which is all part of the illusion. It's kind of, this is non-dual, a little bit higher level stuff. But if there's no future and no past, and there's only now, if you needed it, wouldn't you already have it? Just think about that for a second. Like if you take your environment right now, well, first of all, if you take what's going through our ego minds, oftentimes we're always wondering like, okay, I need to do this. I gotta have this. What if this doesn't happen? What if the money doesn't come in? What if what if she leaves me or he does this or whatever, right? Or what if they don't trust me or what if they don't respond to my email? All these things are going through our mind. Notice for a second how they're always, except for like, they're technically always in the future or the past. Even by the time you see a tiger chasing you, it'll be a memory. So that's a trip to think about. But so they're actually always in the past or the future. And so what this is telling us, let me read it again now that you have that frame. So need is an illusion. Like that's a trip, right? Like you actually catch yourself every time you say I need something and you realize that it's an illusion, because another way to look at it is if you just stop and think about what your mind's complaining about, because you're conscious, you're aware, you have self-truth, right? You're present in the present moment. And you stop and think about what your mind's telling you that you need. You don't need it right now. Like even if you're thirsty, water will come to you in the quote unquote future. You don't actually need what you're worried about right now. So with that context, that need is actually an illusion. Let me read it again. I always remember that I have everything I need to enjoy the here and now, unless I am letting my consciousness be dominated by demands and expectations based on the dead past. It's not real, guys. Or the imagined future. So what that allows you to do is bring peace into the now. Another technique that Maharaj uses is just to imagine that you have no past or no future, because you don't. So if you just take for a minute, close your eyes, and just imagine that there's no past and no future. That's the truth. That brings you all into the now. We talked before about walking on a timeline, right? And every step you have pieces of your attention units, and you only have 100 attention units. So a lot of us, before we start doing this work, we have a ton of attention in the past. Why did I say that? Have you ever noticed how, I'll give you an example. Have you ever noticed how when you have a conversation with someone and it's like embarrassing or important, or you think it's important or embarrassing, it's actually not. And then you walk away and the conversation's over, but the conversation in your head goes on for the next 3 hours, the next 3 days. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe I said that. I bet you they're thinking this, and that wasn't even what I meant. Oh my God, what if they think I'm this? That's what this pathway is for, right? So you're walking on this timeline, and you have your attention in all these different footsteps on the timeline. You can metaphysically, like imagine this in the metaphysical. Like you've got 10% here, 10% here, 10% here. So you got 60% in the past, and then now you got another 39% in the future where you're like, okay, I got to pay my bills. I got to do this. What if this doesn't happen? What about that trip I'm taking? Don't forget to put gas in the car. Don't forget your passport. All these things in the future. So you're sitting here like rummaging your attention units with the future and the past. And the whole time, like, none of it even matters right now. And the truth is, if you're present in the moment of now all the time, you would never forget your passport or to put gas in the car. So we trick ourselves to believe that we have to like plan the future and and go through the past, and it's all it's doing is stealing your attention. So again, let me read it one more time. Ouch, those flies bite. Okay, I always remember that I have everything I need to enjoy the here and now, unless I am letting my consciousness be dominated by demands and expectations based on the dead past. Do you want to be in the dead past? I hope not. Or the imagined future. Bottom line is, guys, like if you read, I've mentioned before some of these really good books like The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle and Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. These books have such deep meaning because both of those gentlemen are enlightened beings. They truly are. And when you read their book, you can read The Power of Now the first time. Chances are you've read it. I recommend reading it again. That whole book is about this pathway. He's telling you that if you're in the now, there's nothing wrong. And when you do that, it brings you tremendous freedom. This is all about freedom. This is all about just having peace. So let's go back to our trio that I like to use on this channel. Awareness, presence, and self-truth. And if you're present, this is all about the presence. You realize that half of the shit, 3/4 of the stuff, 99.9% of the stuff you worry about, 100% of the stuff you worry about, it's just taking space in your mind. It's making you age faster. It's making your health crappy. It's making your energy body have all these little knots in it. It's making you not be able to sit still. It's making you not be at peace. It's making you miss life that's happening right now. Like that's the beautiful thing. These waves are crashing out here. You know, I'm communicating a message to you guys in this moment of now. And being in the now is the only place you can actually live. And I know we understand that. Or I shouldn't say we understand that. We've heard that. We've thought about that. We probably even practiced it. But like all three of the trio, this stuff runs so incredibly deep that even though you practiced it and even though you think you understand it, gracias, it goes much deeper. So if you think you're present, I challenge you to become 99 times more present. Just 1% a day. And as you do that, you'll feel your soul starts to become free. Because really what all these little footprints in the past and the future are doing is they're stealing from your life force. And they're feeding your ego mind instead of your true self. And that's how you can move up out of the three lower pathways and into the higher pathways. I've been sharing with you guys on this channel what's been happening with me on my journey, and it's hard to even talk about it. I don't even know that I'm going to talk in detail about it anymore because it's beyond belief. Like the experiences that I'm having are so sacred and spiritual, and so like it's the energies and the cleansing that occurs when you clear out the traumas, which is what this is all about. All I can tell you is it's so worth it to know thyself and to take this pathway and to spend the time. Like, how do you do it? How do you do it, Brad? Everybody says, how do you do it? How do you do it? Everybody wants to know. But the truth is you do know. And I'll tell you again, all you have to do is sit down and face the emotion. You can use the roar technique, which I provide, which is pretty detailed, but you don't even need a technique. All you need to do is sit down and start to learn to observe the mind. I tried that. I can't. Okay, well, when you sat down at a piano, do you think, or when Beethoven sat down at a piano, do you think he knew how to play the best stuff that he plays? I don't even know songs. I can't think of any. Right when he first sat down? Absolutely not. Right? So when you first sit down at the piano, you don't even know where to put your hands. You don't even know like where they're supposed to be on the piano, right? That's the same thing. When you go to the gym, it's not like you go to the gym and do abs and you have abs. No, guys, this is the same thing. But this is the truth. Everything else is an illusion. The gym, the piano, your work, your body, it's all an illusion. I'm telling you it is. It doesn't, I know that's a mind trip for people that are new to this pathway. The truth is inside of you, and it's the metaphysical of who you actually are. So that's the part of life that you want to figure out. This is the art of living. This is where it's at. This is where true relief, where the truth of who you are when you know thyself comes out, and you actually find out that you are actually pure joy all the time and pure bliss, and it just keeps getting better and better and better and better. So it's a beautiful thing. Again, this book, if you made it to the end of the video, I appreciate that. This book is an audio book that's on my channel. It's under playlists. It's called Handbook for Higher Consciousness. It helped me tremendously. I'm giving you guys different tools. Really what you need to do is sit down and just face the emotion and learn to observe the mind. That's what, like, you're going to have to do that at some point on this path. And you're going to have to practice it maybe for 2 months before you're good at it. Maybe you can do it right away. And then it just goes deeper, the subtle layers of deeper. And then your ego tricks you and says, oh, I know what I'm doing. I'm already enlightened. I'm there. And then you lose 3 or 4 more years. And it's just, if this is the pathway you're on, take it serious, man. Have earnestness. Be honest with yourself. Be present. Have awareness. Your awareness gets higher and higher. It gets to the point of, I'll give you guys just a little pinch of what I'm experiencing. Like, I can actually see the traumas unwinding. I can see the color of them. I can see them undoing and coming out of me, and pictures of when they were. Like, the metaphysical is a beautiful thing as you start to spend time in it. And we used to do it all the time, but the whole world has been structured to pull you from inside to outside. So everybody's looking outside for happiness through experiences, through relationships, through money, through cars, through sex, through whatever, everything outside of themselves. All of those things are just fine. You can have everything on the external. This isn't about renunciation. The only thing you need to renunciate or renounce is the mind. And even that, it goes even deeper than that, but we're not going to get into that. So the idea here is that turning inward gives you everything you ever wanted. Everything you ever wanted in your life is on the inside. And you'll figure that out if you just do this path. Just follow what I teach on this channel for 2 or 3 months. Join our community. There's a link in the description, the Know Thyself community. You can access the roar there. And if you made it this far in the video, please like and subscribe so other people can see this as well. All right, thank you.